to be his wife. All right. I heard welfare fraud there. I mean, she's taken the money that's supposed to be to help for Harmony, who's gone. That's part of the welfare fraud that's taking place in that house, allegedly. So what's next, Matt?
So tomorrow court is dark, but that was already scheduled because the judge runs drug court out of this courthouse here in New Hampshire behind me. So no testimony tomorrow because of Judge Amy Messer's schedule. But then we are possibly going to see the final witnesses on Wednesday when testimony resumes. We could also hear from another inmate by the name of Danielle Dauphinée. She's still on the state's witness list. She's awaiting her own trial, remember, in the death of her son Elijah. And we could also be in a verdict watch on Wednesday or Thursday, Vinny, because right after those final witnesses take the stand on Wednesday, it's going to be closing arguments right away. The judge does not want to waste any time. Maybe a short break in between, 10, 15 minutes. But she told him, be ready after those last witnesses.
All right, Matt Johnson up there in New Hampshire for us. Thanks so much, Matt.
Of course, thanks.
Let's bring in our think tank. Join us tonight in Englewood Cliffs, New Jersey. Criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor Al Wunsch III. Joining us from Stamford, Connecticut, criminal defense attorney Darnell Crosland. Are you there in Stamford, Connecticut?
No, sir. I'm in St. Bart's for the next couple weeks.
Oh, there you go. Unbelievable life. Unbelievable life. And joining us in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, family law attorney Jennifer Brandt. Jennifer, great to see you tonight here in the States. Okay.
Yes.
International man of mystery, Al. That's who he is. All right, Al, let me start with you. Is it possible, and I'm looking ahead to the next trial, right? The murder trial for Adam Montgomery. Cale is going to be an absolute important, significant witness for the state in that one. Is there any chance that a jury could hate her more than they hate him and somehow hold her responsible, and Adam has a chance to get out from under the murder charges?
Well, I guess anything is possible. Is it probable? I don't think so. I think that this is going to be very tough for him. I didn't think she did a bad job on the stand. I mean, despite the fact that
do you hear this, Darnell? We've got a bad connection with Al. What's going on, Al? We can't hear you.
And he's in America.
You can't hear me? Really?
No, it keeps breaking up. Did you pay your internet bill this month?
Why? No,
yeah. Hold that thought, Al. Hold that thought. We'll get back to him in a minute. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? All right, Jennifer, let me go to you. Jennifer Brandt, family law attorney. How does our system work where the best choice for this little girl is to be in the custody of a career criminal? How does that happen?
Yeah, Vinny, well, there was really no good choice for this little girl, unfortunately. She had a mom who was a drug addict who wasn't able to care for her. And, you know, while the dad was a career criminal, frankly, I mean, the best interest of the child is usually with one of the parents. So if one is slightly better than the other, the state usually puts the child with a parent as opposed to a third.
Okay, let me ask you this, though. Let me ask you this, and I'm sure that somebody messed up here, right? But
oh, yeah,
if you're going to place a 5-year-old with a career criminal who is an obvious drug user, shouldn't that be one of the cases that you stay on top of?
Right, and that's where I think something slipped through the cracks for sure, because they didn't do the proper home investigation. They didn't really look into his background fully and his wife's background and what was going on there. There was really no investigation. They put the child with him and forgot about her. And it seems like no one was really holding him accountable for any of this. They said they were supposed to do checks on the home and cleared him, even though she had a bruised eye at one point. She was reported to have a black eye at one point. I mean, but nobody was really looking in on this child. And obviously no one on the outside really cared either, because to let 2 years go by and no one knowing what happened to her is just awful. And we hear these cases way too often, Vinny. The system really does need to get reformed on, and so these children are protected. It's just overburdened, and just people are not held accountable, and it's really tragic.
Darnell, and I understand, you know, you want to keep kids with their biological parents, but like, do you think maybe they thought that he was a very emotional guy because he had a teardrop tattooed on his eye, and they said, he's very emotional. Maybe we should give him custody of a 5-year-old girl.
No, actually, they're out of touch with the fact that the teardrops normally mean that you have a body on your hand and you killed someone. Again, like Jennifer said, the system is in need of overhauling. And I learned last week, I had a father who was looking to turn the child over to the mother who ran away with her boyfriend, and now she's back. And I said, well, hey, if you're looking to reunify the child, then maybe we should take these steps. I learned that reunification by the word itself implies that there was some kind of problem with the child and the mother who's looking to join back in. So before they reunified this child with his father, as Jennifer said, they should have done a complete battery of checks and see if the child is suitable to go back with his father. Not that the father doesn't love the child, but he may not be able or capable of taking care of the child, and they dropped the ball on that.
Yeah, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm saying that because you have a criminal conviction, you don't have a right to be a parent, you don't have a right to your child. No, this is a different situation. This is, number one, a career criminal with an obvious drug problem, married to a woman with a drug problem, and all right, if they're gonna get custody, that's the one you stay on top of. And she's describing all the chaos in the house, and no one else got to see it. Al is back. Al, glad to have you back.
Thank you. Thank you. I have to tell you something, Vin. I believe that this was some sort of a diabolical plot from the man who's over at Gilligan's Island right now with the professor, Mary Ann, and the rest of the crew. He was trying to take you down. He was trying to take you down.
So we just need time to talk, that's all.
Yeah. So, Al, what are your thoughts about the murder trial? Because I want to hear what you have to say about that. Because, you know, she's got a lot of baggage, too, and she's an obvious person to point the finger at. No, she's the real killer here or whatever. Should there be concern that a jury may hate Kayla Montgomery even more than Adam, the accused murderer, at his murder trial?
There's a possibility of it, but I really don't think that's going to happen here. I mean, I thought that she actually did a halfway decent job when she was up today. I thought she came across well. I think she obviously has a ton of baggage, and of course, being in a orange jumpsuit never really helps you with regards to credibility. But I mean, from what we've seen of her in the past to where she is right now, she seemed lucid, she seemed coherent, and she seemed like she was telling the truth from a woman who's, up on charges that deal with, moral turpitude crimes. But nonetheless, I think that she's going to do okay with the jury.
All right, and I hope whatever drug problems that she had are something that she can beat, so she can have some role maybe in her children's life, because they're always going to want, where's my mom, where's my mom? But I don't know all the details of that. But, we want the best for everything, especially the kids who are stuck in the middle of this, not of their own doing. Al Wunsch, Darnell Crosland, Jennifer Brandt with us the whole hour. Up next.
In Palm Beach County, Florida, a former NFL player is confronted by 4 men at his house, sent there by his estranged girlfriend. The former player ends up shooting at the men, killing one of them, and is charged with murder, but is claiming self-defense. And today, he told his story to the jury.
Why'd you shoot first?
Because, if I wait for them to shoot, that's the matter of seconds, and it could be me and my brother's life just gone like that.